welcome to Castle Hill again and to our thought for this weekend. Listen first for a word from God from Matthew's Gospel, chapter 5. You are like light for the whole world. A city built on a hill cannot be hid. No one lights a lamp and puts it under a bowl. Instead, it is put on a lampstand, where it gives light for everyone in the house. In the same way, your light must shine before people, so that they will see the good things you do and praise your Father in heaven. And from the letter to the Colossians, chapter 3. You are the people of God. He loved you and chose you for his own. So then you must clothe yourselves with compassion, kindness, humility, gentleness, and patience. Be tolerant with one another and forgive one another whenever any of you has a complaint against someone else. You must forgive one another just as the Lord has forgiven you. And to all these qualities add love, which binds all things together in perfect unity. And the peace which Christ gives is to guide you in the decisions you make. For it is to this peace that God has called you together in the one body. And be thankful. Let's take a moment to reflect just on this time. Loving God, it is hard at times to find our feet when we feel the ground that was once so familiar shifts so rapidly. May we take time to pause in this moment without having to say a word or to explain, but simply seek your presence, your company, your familiar love. And when we can no longer meet for worship, those basic instincts of our faith seem fragile, maybe tissue thin. May we take time to pause in this moment, in this unexpected place of worship, to find you again in word or in silence, familiar with your presence in this unexpected place of worship. And even as we say these words on our own today, may we know that they're repeated in homes around this area. And in such a comfort, may we pause. Know your presence is greater than our distancing. Your love is greater than all our fears. Our shared prayer. Our Father, who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come. Thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our debts, as we forgive our debtors. Lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom, the power, and the glory forever. Amen. You won't often hear me quoting the Prime Minister, whoever it is. But on Thursday, Boris Johnson, in his comments which conveyed congratulations to Captain Tom on his 100th birthday, said that every day it was the role of any Prime Minister to highlight people who, by what they had done or who they were points of light for the country, as Captain Tom undoubtedly is. At this time when all news bulletins are dominated by COVID-19, his story has been one of the few bright items of the last few weeks. And that has helped and encouraged more people than he could ever have imagined. And yet, what he did was very ordinary. But his quiet determination and humble gratitude at the reaction that it provoked has transformed something ordinary, which began as a family joke, into something extraordinary, which will reach out to millions globally. My mind went to Matthew's Gospel and identified in this story a kind of modern parable. You are like light for the world, Jesus says. We are not meant to be just passing points of light, but a constant glow for our community and for our time, whatever is happening. In the same way, your light must shine before people so they will see the good things you do and praise your Father in heaven. By sticking to our journey of faith, even when the going is tough, we too can change the ordinary into the extraordinary. Oh, there'll be few of us who will ever reach the millions by who we are or what we do. But we do have the capacity for an extraordinary love that our community and our world so need just now. We maybe cannot do much just now or even go anywhere, but we can keep fresh our story of faith and demonstrate its ongoing relevance for our times and for times to come. Faith has been described this way. Faith is a story. Really, that's all it is. And with a story made sacred in the telling, we can do one of two things. We can preserve it. We can write it down and seal the words. We can have a definitive understanding of it, maintain and conserve how it shapes the community, safeguard the way we do everything. We can secure it behind glass, place it on high shelves out of reach so that it won't be destroyed. Or we can tell it and then retell it again, letting it evolve through every experience, exploring it for these strange days, questioning it, travelling with it. We can pick it up, handle it, feel it, look at it in different ways and see where it takes us. By holding on to our faith in a steadfast way, we can make a difference. Of that I am sure. The second point from the parable of Captain Tom is that attitude is everything. St. Paul says to the Colossians, take up attitudes of compassion, kindness, and gentleness. I'd like to suggest today that these qualities are something we all need to practice. As lockdown lasts longer, the effect on everyone has the potential of being very negative. One of the outcomes of that is that we shall transfer our frustration, our anger, our hurt into totally unconnected situations and make others suffer unjustifiably. What do I mean? I try to explain it sometimes by saying, imagine you've had a bad hair day and you go shopping to a supermarket. Another customer or an assistant looks at you the wrong way or comments on something you say or do in a manner you don't like. And in response, you vent your harder feelings on the poor, unsuspecting stranger. You aren't really as bothered by what actually happened as it seems. You've transferred your bottled up feelings from elsewhere in life and taken them out in the wrong place. And that can happen more often in our homes and with those we know well. It doesn't help us. It usually hurts others. So as we may go further into lockdown, our attitude is everything that will make the difference. Can we make it a daily diet of compassion and kindness that we prescribe ourselves? Can we try to look and listen for the needs of others, and rather than responding with a reaction that our needs are worse or greater, can we say something compassionate or do something kind, however small? In and from our homes, we can make a faith difference. The other quality I urge you to don is that of gentleness. There's much public comment and criticism which is expressed in a harsh and unfeeling way. There's nothing wrong with constructive comment that is given in a gentle way, but much of our current news is presented in a destructive way that is frankly harmful to hearers of it, and also I would suggest harmful to the people being criticised, although they may be working long hours and long days to do what is best for all in a uniquely difficult situation. They deserve our encouragement. And where we don't agree with them, can we demonstrate a gentleness in our comment, which is healing in this time of so much hurt? And if we are to attempt that, what do we do with all those gremlins that invade our lives? The harder feelings, the pain, the depression that isolation can bring. We've sent out the idea of a COVID-19 time capsule to our young people to suggest for them a way to record their experience of this time. Why not make your own time capsule in the form of a journal where you record, and even a paragraph, how you feel each day, for your eyes only, and leave those harder feelings shut in there. We all have time to do that. Can I suggest that it's an alternative form of honest healing prayer, where we're doing that so important instruction for the Bible, caring for ourselves at a hard time? This week, can I encourage you to listen to YouTube or elsewhere the hymn by Love Maria Willis, which paraphrases Psalm 23. Father, hear the prayer we offer. But just now, listen to these words of a short hymn for all ages, which you'll be glad to know I'm not going to sing to you. When I'm feeling down and sad, nothing much to make me glad, help me to remember you are there for me. When things seem so different and very hard to understand, help me to remember you are close to me. When no one has time for me, nothing's as it used to be, help me to remember you are still with me. When I'm crying deep inside, harder than I've ever cried, help me to remember you are loving me. Please remember, I'm at the other end of the phone, always with a listening ear for you, if you would like to talk. Leave a message if I'm not in, and I'll contact you back. But now, may we know the light between us. May we see the love around us. May we continue the story we tell. May we be held by the God who holds us all and always. Live in peace, and may you and yours stay safe and well. God bless you.